What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia and Canelo Alvarez versus Skull when we come right back. Welcome to another episode of Ring Walk Boxing Podcast. I am Bean. And big shout outs to Cam J. I appreciate the love, the support always. And make sure to anybody who is coming in chat, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on YouTube. Share this on any of your social medias. Just let the word get out. Share it on Facebook. Share it on IG, share it on Twitter, share it on TikTok, wherever you see it. Today's sponsor is Ring Walk Boxing Podcast merch. Link is in the description. If you're interested in different merch, from hats to water bottles to hoodies to shirts, Ring Walk Boxing Podcast merch is there for you. I would like for everybody to enjoy today's segment, and hopefully wherever you are across this world, whether you're in Belgium, whether you're in the United Kingdom, right here in America, whether you're in the state of Ohio, Cincinnati, 513, stand up, all around the world, hopefully you're enjoying yourself today on this beautiful day. So I want to kind of jump right into what went down this weekend. And I'll give everybody like a quick 30 seconds to kind of come into the chat a little bit. Yeah, just make sure y'all share and like once again, and hit the bell notification. That's real important too. Some people don't realize that, because when you hit the bell notifications, you will know when I'm about to go live. I go live every Sunday at 6 o'clock, but then there are times throughout the week I just feel like jumping on, spur of the moment. Well, if you have your bell notification on standby, you will know when I'm about to go. And also for those who are in a different time zone, I know in UK right now it's probably about 5 hours ahead of us. So you guys, it's probably about 11:15. I understand some people go to sleep at certain times. You can run it back. If you missed the live during the live, you can always run this show back. All right, y'all, we're about to get started here. So the Zone and Sky Sports, if you tuned in, it was a huge, massive fight over in London, England, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, England, in the UK. On the undercard, you had Liam Smith. For those who may follow him or may not know of Liam Smith, his biggest name on his resume was who was the main event on that same card, Chris Eubanks Jr. They had two fights. In the first fight, he stopped Eubanks Jr. by knockout. Liam Smith hit that home run and got that punch, and it just deflated Eubanks Jr. But like a true warrior and champ, Eubanks ran that fight back. So then we had part 2, the rematch. Eubanks, he turned it up a notch. He started setting the pace. He dictated the rhythm. He was the one making Liam Smith go to the tune of his drum, if you know what I'm saying. And he knew how to turn up, stay in that pocket, right in that center of that ring, you know, throwing nice combinations, ripping up those uppercuts. Like I said, his rhythm, he dictated the pace, and he proved to be too much for Liam Smith. So all in all, I would definitely say Eubanks is a better fighter. I think Liam Smith just had a good night on the first fight. But in the second fight, Chris Eubanks Jr., he showed levels to boxing. Not only did he give him a boxing lesson, he dropped him multiple times in that fight. Multiple times in that fight. And, you know, that's what that was as far as those two guys. Now, last night, Liam Smith fought Aaron McKenna. And Aaron McKenna outclassed Liam Smith. He set the pace. He dictated the pace and the rhythm of the fight. He was beating Liam Smith to the punch. He was being more active. So he pretty much did that from the beginning bell to the end of the fight. So shout outs to McKenna on his victory win over Liam Smith. But also shout out to Liam Smith, although he got the short end of the stick, just for being a warrior and stepping in that ring. I commend anybody who steps in the ring in boxing, because it's definitely a warrior mentality and a warrior spirited combat fight. A very primitive. Out me going live. I appreciate you. You're always very thorough. You said Mike Ware. All right, Mike Ware. So you said, and I apologize, y'all, for that delay. Had internet issue for some reason. I will get it rectified here this week. Mike Ware, you said you think Eubank trained too much the first fight. So you think he overtrained, is what you're saying. Remember, that was the original fight date. What was the original fight date, Mike Ware? Just refreshing my memory, please. Oh, okay. You're talking about the when he lost to when Eubanks Jr. lost to Liam Smith. You think he overtrained in that fight, is what you're saying. Make sure you hit the thumbs up when y'all enter the chat, please. It's like 4 or 5 people in there. Let me get 4 or 5 likes, please. In case you didn't get my last question, I was asking, what do you think is next for the career of Liam Smith? Where does he go from this point on? What should he do next? What's the smart move to do? All right, let's jump into the co-main event. I'm a fan of Anthony Yardy for sure. I'm definitely a fan of him. Uh, Light heavyweight division. But I think what made me even a bigger fan is seeing the heart he showed and the resilience he showed when he fought a monster like Arthur Beterbiev. By no means is Beterbiev ever an easy fight. It's definitely an uphill battle when you fight Beterbiev. He has a decent chin, pretty good chin, and he has a work rate that's very crazy, and he throws punches um, in a different way, like those chopping punches and punch accumulation. It starts to take its toll when you're fighting Beterbiev. He normally is going to break you down at some point, and we saw that with even Anthony Yardy, who put up a good fight. But the version of Yardy I saw versus Beterbiev is what I always look forward to seeing. Last night he didn't really satisfy uh, my eyes on what I wanted to see from Yardy because I tried to push behind him, but he just looked more basic last night. Like he didn't really. I don't know. I don't know if his focus wasn't all the way there against Lyndon Arthur, but I felt like he could have did more because Lyndon Arthur is not even like a level. He's not on the same level as Beterbiev. So I would think that his win should look more impressive last night, and I felt like he just did enough to get by. It wasn't a very impressive performance, needless to say. But shout outs to Anthony Yardy, aka the Beast from the East. What do y'all think about the performance? Also, Anthony Yardy last night. How would you rate that performance, y'all? Please let me know in the chat how you would rate the performance of Anthony Yardy, aka the Beast from the East. And another thing, I feel like that version of Anthony Yardy against Lyndon Arthur last night, it would he would probably get stopped by the Mexican Monster, aka David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez stops the version of Yardy we saw last night. It would have to be the Yardy that we saw against Beterbiev, in my opinion, to have any chances of doing anything against David Benavidez at 175 pounds. But I would like to know your opinion as well, because like I said, here is like my motto now. Here at Ringwalk Boxing Podcast, all opinions are welcome. All opinions are respected. Here at Ringwalk Boxing Podcast. Please believe it. All right, y'all. So let's move on to the main event from yesterday. The main event: Chris Eubanks Jr. versus Conor Benn. And let's just talk a little bit about that history, y'all, and why it was to the magnitude and to the level that it was last night. What happened in the past to this present day that made this fight have the intrigue that it had, to have the build-up that it had? Well, roughly, I believe the year was 1990. The fathers of these two gentlemen, they fought each other. Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer, versus Chris Eubanks Sr. So this is a family affair, y'all. The dads fought some decades ago, and now last night you have the sons fighting. Now, a backstory just for those who don't follow boxing real heavy, or may know or may not know. Just sharing some things I research. Conor Benn moved up to middleweight, whereas Chris Eubanks Jr. was already a middleweight. So he moved up like 2 weight divisions to fight Chris Eubanks. Now, around social media circulating, there was a lot of people saying that Chris Eubanks Jr. looked weight drained. If you looked at his face didn't look full. It looked like his face was really, really kind of somewhat sucking in. And he was over by like 2 ounces or something like that. And it was also said that he was going to be fined like $500,000 because he was slightly overweight. But like I said, by like maybe 2 ounces. It seems pretty petty, in my opinion. But I guess the rules are the rules or whatever. You know, that goes. This is boxing, so rules can change at any given time type thing. So in that main event, it was it wasn't like you saw a version of Chris Eubanks Jr. that you saw versus Liam Smith in the rematch. And how Conor Benn had knocked out Chris Algieri in their fight. You didn't see the accuracy so much with Conor Benn because unlike Chris Algieri, Eubanks is a technician. He moves around very good. He finds his range pretty early or whatnot. So that was going to be problematic for the guy coming up from a smaller weight class, moving up 2 weight classes. Putting on that bulk or whatever. There was questions on whether or not Conor Benn would have issues with his conditioning. Was he going to gas out because of the muscle mass and the packed on weight? Would he get tired? But I think the main issue we saw last night was Conor did land some very good shots. I mean, some really good shots. He has a lot of power. But being that he missed a lot of shots, he was using a lot of energy, missing shots that were not connecting on Chris Eubanks Jr. A lot of that fight, when they were in close, there was a lot of in close punches, a lot of toe-to-toe action, a lot of to where their foreheads are almost touching each other, and they're just in there ripping up body shots and hooks and uppercuts and sneaking in all these little short hooks and uppercuts. It was more like a brawl, a true all-out London, England brawl versus an actual technical fight. It wasn't all the technical skills on the side of Eubanks Jr. went out the window. He was just in there brawling. You know, they both in there giving one guy some, taking some, dishing out some, taking some, give and take, give and take. That's what we saw last night with Chris Eubanks Jr. versus Conor Benn. And I would like to know your opinions on that fight. I would like to know your predictions. Well, not your predictions, but the outcome as far as the scorecards. Some people say 7 rounds to 5 rounds. Eubanks, or 8 rounds to 4 rounds. Eubanks, some say it was even closer. Some say it was a tie. It was a draw. I want to know what y'all felt, because I'm gonna go back and watch it again probably tonight or tomorrow just to get a better to let it sink in a little bit, because me and my pops had hooked up yesterday and watched the fight, And a lot of times I do agree. When you have commentators and you're like doing things a little here and there, you can kind of be thrown off a little bit. So I like to always go back and watch the fight with the volume off and just actually look at the precision of these punches. What punches landed? The effective aggressiveness of whoever it was. Because a lot of people were saying that Eubanks clearly won decisively and that the scorecards were correct. But it was definitely a good showdown, and they put UK and London boxing back on the map. They did that for sure, y'all. So let me know what y'all think about the fight. How would you rate that fight? Eubanks versus Conor Benn in this year of 2025. I mean, seeing a fight like that makes me excited about this weekend, because we're gonna have fights on this Friday and on Saturday. So, when you come off of seeing a great showdown like that, it makes you want to see the next fight be just to live up to the hype that other fight you just last saw. So we're hoping that what we see this weekend will be just as good, if not better. Do we think that Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia on Friday will be as big as Eubanks Jr. versus Conor Benn? What is your opinion? Please let me know in the chat, y'all. All right, so oh yeah, Cam J, everything good, man. It was just a internet thing earlier or whatever. And Mike Ware, you said the original date for Eubank, he popped hot. Send me that if you have any tangible screenshots or links, please send that to my messenger, bro. I'll check it out after the show. I love to actually see the documentations and stuff. That way, if I have to repeat something in the future, at least I have actual proof of it. Because I don't want to be saying stuff just to be saying stuff. Myself, personally, I don't want to just be saying stuff if I don't have some type of research that I did or somebody else did the research and sends me it, I try to be as unbiased as possible. Although some things will be taken as being, maybe somewhat biased, because when you're a fan of a certain boxer, you tend to see, you tend not to want to talk about their flaws or, this, that, and the other. But I try to even point out the flaws in the boxers I follow, like Tank Davis. I'm a fan of Tank Davis. I'm a fan of Errol Spence. I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua. And I like to also talk about their flaws as well. I like to talk about the fact that Tank Davis, to me, he's going to have to turn up in the rematch when he fights Lamont Roach Jr. He has to turn up. He has to make a statement this time, because the fact that you had a draw, all you're seeing now on social media and different interviews is people talking about Tank had a draw with Lamont Roach. Tank he was never all this or that. Tank was the most feared boxer. But Lamont Roach in there made him look normal. You got all this stuff going on and on about Tank Davis right now, that they're not giving him the full respect that I think he deserves. And everybody can have an off night when it's boxing. Anybody can have an off night. But then again, with Tank and Roach Jr., they had history. They had sparred before or fought in the amateurs or whatnot. So he wasn't fighting somebody who wasn't familiar with him, I could see if the guy had no understanding of who Tank was, and vice versa. These guys were familiar with each other. But I think in the rematch, Tank is going to turn it up a notch. I think we want to see the fire, and because the fact that Lamont Roach and them tried to do this appeal thing and overturn the draw, I think all that's going to weigh on Tank and make him want to come in and show the side of Tank we know is there. And I think he might get the knockout or the stoppage in the rematch. Cam J, you said you felt like it was a sparring match. Fight opinions was too friendly. Now what about, you said about Yardy, Cam J, shout outs. You said Yardy should have got him out of there. I agree, man. I don't understand it, man. Cause I mess with Yardy, man, but I agree with what you just said, Cam J. Is that DB, aka David Benavidez, would definitely stop Yardy, man. Because Yardy, man, he's too, like, he's up and down in his performances. Like, sometimes he looks really, really good, and then sometimes he's looking like kind of mediocre. It's like he's not very consistent, man. And that kind of bothers me when it comes to Anthony Yardy. Yo, what's up? Smacky the Frog. What's going on, bro? Thanks for coming in. Hit the thumbs up, please. Jeff Al Dente, what's good, bro? Make sure you hit that thumbs up, y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking with me today. Smacky, you said, I watch a lot of fights on mute because I don't like listening to biased commentary. Oh, for sure, man. And that's also something I had chopped it up with my cousin Phoenix about. He was saying that sometimes he'll mute the TV and just watch the fight. That way you're looking at the actual action versus letting people talk in your ear, and they're cheering on the fighter they like, who may not even be landing clean, but they're cheering on this fighter that they like. Meanwhile, he's not doing a lot more, and the other guy might be outworking him or outpunching him. But yet they're saying, oh, so-and-so is hitting with a left, he hitting with a right, he hitting with a combination. And you're like, bro, these punches ain't really even landing. What is the commentary talking about? So it's good to see it with your own eyes, and like you said, with the volume off when you run it back, you know. Cam J, you said classic fight. For sure, bro. For sure, man. For sure. Shout outs to Cam J, y'all. Shout outs to Cam J. For sure. Smacky the Frog, you said, where is the church? He's been ducking me lately. He's not getting out of debating with me. Hey, man, I might have to reach out to him. I did reach out to him, but I don't know if he got my message. But I would like the church to pop back up on here. And I left him a link, man. So hopefully, if he gets it before this live is over, he'll jump on in, man. Shout outs to the church. Shout outs, bro. Shout out to the church. And shout out to my dude, Gearless Row, on FB. He said he's at work right now, but he's gonna tune in from work. So much respects, man. He always showing love like that, man. Michael Ware, you said I don't see David stopping Yardy. I don't know, Mike. I think David Benavidez. And I said that, but also Cam J agreed. I do think Benavidez will stop Anthony Yardy. But since you say that, let me know in the chat, Mike Ware, what is it about David Benavidez that you feel does not stop Anthony Yardy? In the same aspect, answer this. What is Anthony Yardy going to do to David Benavidez that no other fighter has done to him already? So I want to ask the question both ways. What is it about Anthony Yardy that is going to give problems to David Benavidez? David Benavidez has the longer range, the longer arms. He's taller. He probably has equivalent punching power. He has quicker hands than Yardy. And I like Yardy, but let me know what Yardy has in his repertoire to where he is going to give problems to David Benavidez. Cam J, you say David Benavidez will pack Yardy up at Mike Ware. Shout out to my bro JC sending out an APB on the church. Cam J, check your messenger. I think I sent the link, but JC can put the link in the chat as well, in case you don't see my inbox. Can you share that link for me, bro? Smacky, you said you're at work today, so you can't debate with him today, but it would be nice to set that up. You say, where's Waldo in the boxing group? Because he's hard to find. Bring out the church. Lucas, man. Shout out to my guy Lucas out in Cali, man. Hey, the church, man. When you see this on playback, or I'm going to have to send you this, man, because Lucas is ready for that head-to-head combat debate on the pod, man. That's what's up, man. Oh, okay. Cam J, you said the link from Messenger does not work. My bad. JC is going to try to get you right. And if you're still there, Mike Ware, let me know. Why is it that you feel that David Benavidez won't stop Yardy? And give me your prediction. If that fight hypothetically were to happen, how does that fight play out? Mike Ware, I would like to know, bro. Okay, you said Mike Ware at light heavyweight. No. Yardy hits harder. He struggled with an inactive fighter. You said which? All right, Cam J, the link is in the chat for you. So Mike, you said at light heavyweight, no. Yardy hits harder. He struggled with an active fighter who beat, who was that? Super like 10 years ago? And you say, Michael Ware, the fight is 50-50. You're not overly impressed with David, period. Well, I've heard you say that, and that's fine. But I mean, if David Benavidez is to stop or beat Bivol or stop or beat Yardy, then will you finally give him props? Because I don't have. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I can hear you. I don't see you yet, but I can hear you. Greetings, fam, down south. I appreciate you. Make sure Everyone hit that thumbs up, please.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Support Ring Walk Boxing Podcast, man. Hit the like button.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, yeah, I don't see. I mean, I like Yardy, but I don't think he's gonna be able to sustain or do anything with David Benavidez.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I don't see
Um,
Yardy last night, man. Just a lackluster fight, man. It looked like a sparring match to me up there, man. And he couldn't
yeah,
get dude Lyndon Arthur out of there, and Lyndon Arthur was there for the taking last night. He was
facts,
there for the taking last night. Yardy was
facts.
supposed to pack him up last night. And
Absolutely, man.
Mike Ware talking about daggone uh DB won't beat Yardy, man. DB will beat Yardy easy. He'll beat him by decision. He can possibly stop him as well. Yardy not that guy. He's not the goods at 175. He's not that guy.
Yeah, yeah, man. I just think that like David Benavidez got the reach advantage. He knows how to use his reach. He knows how to fight in close. He has a good combination puncher. He just has a lot of intangibilities, man, that give issues to Yardy. Michael Ware, you said Benavidez won't beat Bivol. He stands a chance with Yardy. The link is in a JC sent the link, so you'll see it right here in the chat, Mike.
I mean,
The link is right
he
above.
deterred.
Go ahead. What you say, Cam?
Talk about he won't beat Bevel. I mean, that's he. We would have had the opportunity to see the fight if Bevel ain't no choose to fight the trilogy. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's opinionated for us. He won't beat Bevel, but Yardy get packed up. Yardy ain't like that, man. He ain't like that, man. I see, dude. Lyndon Arthur is a C minus fighter, bro. C minus fighter, and he couldn't get him out of there last night. Come on, let's be real, man. Some people gotta have some logic to some of these thoughts in boxing for real. Like, it's no logic to last night what we seen from Yardy. Yardy looked average last night against an average fighter. He was supposed to pack dude up. And he went
Yeah.
all 12 rounds with dude last night, man. Like, what are y'all seeing out there, man? Y'all Stevie Wonder out there? Like, we ain't seeing the same thing.
What up, Rob?
What's up, fellas?
What up, my dude?
Man, tough week,
My
man.
brother.
I'm good. I'm good. What's up, man? What's up, Cam? How
Can't
y'all feeling?
complain,
How y'all
man.
living out here?
Oh man, it's all
Man,
good,
good,
man. We
man. Let's talk about the classic last night that we watched.
just debating with
'Cause
Mike
that was a
Ware.
classic last night.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
man.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, hold on. Before I get to that. Is Mike on here?
yeah.
Is he in the comments?
He's in a,
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, he in the
I,
comment.
okay, I just want to let you know that last night that event was not sponsored. Had nothing to do with Turkey. Okay, even though he was there, that was his twin brother, and they had the ring which he owns on the post. That's not him. Okay. I just want to let you know that. All right. So just in case you try to go there, I just want to let you know that. Okay. So now we can proceed with the classic.
all right. So what ended up happening was a few comments ago. I'm just saying, I feel like David Benavidez, from what I saw last night, the performance of Anthony Yardy, and I like Anthony Yardy, but he can't mess with David Benavidez or Bivol.
You know what, man? I
I
caught
agree.
I caught us Yarde. I caught us Yarde late, but what I did see of him, he was never going to be an elite champion in it anyway. I heard he don't even watch film or nothing. He just kind of get in the ring and do whatever he wants. Whenever he stepped up to high competition, he's gotten beat. Like last night was a pure example of like you should have got my man out of there, but you've been messing around. When Kovalev, when you went up against him, he knocked you out. Bro, look, he was never going to be an elite champion in it anyway. I heard he don't even watch film or nothing. He just kind of get in the ring and do whatever he wants. Whenever he stepped up to high competition, he's gotten beat. Like last night was a pure example of like you should have got my man out of there, but you. I'm on a delay like a mug. Against him, he knocked you out. He was never gonna be. Hey, I'm gonna go back in. I'm on a delay. I'm on a serious delay.
Okay. Shout outs. Mike Ware is in the house. Mike Ware. Shout outs to Mike Ware.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, people?
Hey, what's going on?
Here's my thing. I'm not
Ware.
putting this down, but I have it like this. Dimitri Bivol and Arthur Beterbiev, they stopped David. Callum Smith is a 50-50 fight. Anthony Yarde, we know he packs a big punch. Now, if David got dropped by David Morrell and Anthony Yarde packs a big punch, I can't 100% give it to David.
So where was the big punch last night against Lyndon Arthur?
Oh, okay. Lyndon Arthur, if you look back, I'm talking about in general. That they fought each other, they were 1-1. So they ran it back.
You ain't answer the question though. Answer the question. You didn't answer the question. That wasn't a direct answer. Answer the question.
That was a direct answer.
Benavidez beat.
Repeat that then.
I don't hold Benavidez high.
Of course you don't.
No, Mike. Answer the question. Why didn't Yarde knock Arthur out last night? Where was the power at?
Yeah, he didn't knock him out. They went to a draw before. But on the flip side, I don't see.
Oh my God. I can't get you to answer the question once again. Answer the question. Where was the power at last night?
Hey, he didn't knock him. I didn't see the fight. He didn't knock him out. He didn't knock him out.
You didn't even watch the fight. Oh wow. And you're up here talking about Yarde.
My life.
First of all,
I had to go to a birthday party, so I didn't get to see it.
That's fine. But I'm just saying, where was the power at though last night? Because he went all 12 rounds with Arthur last night. And Arthur is literally he's a C- fighter. Arthur is not good at all. Arthur's a bum.
I'm not an Anthony Yarde fan, but I really don't see David. David's a swarmer. I don't see David really doing nothing with him.
I think
you got some type of propaganda on David Benavidez. I know this.
No, I don't.
You don't like David Benavidez. I peeped that about you.
I think he beats Bivol.
David knocked out, what was his name? Doodoo. Boo-boo. I call him Doodoo. I call him Doodoo. I was glad when I was like, yeah, he finally put this punk in place when he knocked out Doodoo. I was like, yeah.
I think he beats Bivol. He has a hard time against. I think David Benavidez beats Bivol, but I think he has a hard time. I think he has a hard time against. I think he has a hard time against Beterbiev because he's a swarmer as well. I think he beats him, and I agree. And I think he beats Yarde.
Knock out David Benavidez.
Bivol? No, they don't. No, he won't.
Don't got no power like that to knock out David Benavidez.
Stop it. Power, but he throw them pity pat combos on him and knock him out.
Bruh, no, it won't happen.
Bruh.
I'll give